So basically, if you want to use a view to display output like this, then this is what you're going to see in this video. So basically, a view is something that contains a subset of columns from the base table. So stay tuned for detailed explanation on how to achieve this. Welcome back to Code Hive, the place where we make it work, make it right, and make it fast. So today's video is going to be so short, right? I just want to show you guys views in Oracle. So basically, views in Oracle are virtual tables that provide a customized perspective of the data stored in one or more underlying tables. So what that is trying to say is that views contain subset of columns from base table. So if you have your two tables, so you have your product table as well as your employee table, you want to create a view that is only going to store a number of columns from those two tables. So the two tables will be your base tables, and then you are creating a view that will be taking some of the columns in those base tables. So basically that's what views are. Okay, so creating a view, so the first thing you need to do is you need to define the view, right? So you start with the create view statement, and then you specify the view name, right? And the columns to include. So I will show you guys all these 3 steps on how to do it as we go to our Oracle. Then the second step that you need to do is you need to select the data. So you are going to have your select statement that will include all the data that you want to use, right? And then the third thing that you need to do is optimize the view. So if there's any necessary joins or calculations or where statements or whatever you want to add to optimize the view, then that's the third thing that you need to do. So the last thing that I want to show you guys is the benefits of using Oracle views. So there's 3 benefits: data abstraction, access control, as well as query optimization. So like I said earlier on, that views contain a subset of columns from the base table. So instead of always having to go to your queries and be like, select this from this table, join with that table, join with that table, you can always create a view. And then you know that every single time you need that specific data, you're going to refer to it from your view. Okay, so for data abstraction, it hides the complexity of the underlying data structure, providing a simplified and tailored interface for users. Access control, views can be used to grant selective access to data, allowing you to control what users can see and modify. Then the last one, query optimization. Oracle can optimize the execution of views, potentially improving overall database performance. So those are the benefits of using Oracle views, right? So now I want us to create a simple view and let us see how the syntax looks as well as the output. Just a quick reminder of my study guides that are out. So we have the SQL explained as well as the Oracle explained. If you still haven't gotten your ebook today, then please do that. But without further ado, let us get back to the video. Okay, so I opened up my Oracle SQL developer and I want us to create a simple view. So the syntax is as follows. So you're going to have your create keyword, then the next thing is your view keyword. So what are you creating? You're creating a view. And then what is the name of the view? So let's say product view, okay? And then the next thing that you're going to have is the columns that are going to be in your product view. So in your view, basically. Okay, so I want prod ID as well as just the product. So I will show my table on the bottom so that you guys can see what I have in my product table and the data that I'm just extracting to be stored in my view. Okay, so that's the 2 columns that I want in my view, right? So I want to call those columns prod ID as well as product. Let me just change that to product name. Okay, then now we have your as keyword. Okay, so now comes the select statement, right? So what am I selecting? So I'm selecting my product ID as well as my product, right? From my product table that you can see over there. That's basically it, right? That's what I want in my view. So previously I did create a so we're going to run this and then we're going to see. Okay, so now it says that the name is already used by an existing object, right? So basically it's what I was about to mention, but I wasn't too sure if did I actually do that. But I already created a view called product view, right? So now I'm trying to create another view called product view, but then it's refusing. Why? Because there's already a view called product view that already exists, right? So how do we solve this error? Because sometimes you will create something, for example a view in this instance that already exists, and you forgot that I already created a view called that. So how do we fix that problem? So after your create statement, you're going to say or replace. Okay, so create or replace view. So basically it's going to create or replace. So in this case, because I already have a view called product view, instead of creating, it's going to replace the existing one that I have, right? So it's going to create it and it's going to override the one that I already have that's called product view. So I'm just going to clear that output and then I'm going to run it again, and now it's going to create. Okay, so that's basically how to create a view. But now, how do you see the things that's inside your view, right? So in order to do that, it's your normal select statement. So select all from your product view. Okay, so select all from your view. Okay, then we're going to run that, and that is what we're going to see. So if you look closely, you will see that the columns, right, it's these columns over here. So it's product ID as well as product name, and then the things that are inside is the stuff that we selected from our table. So if I want to add a where statement, right, so we can say where the product ID is equals to A501. So really it depends on what you want to add in your view. Okay, so I'm just going to run that, and then it's going to say there's an error over there, it's product. Okay, let's try that again. Then we run that, then you will see it says that the product view has been created. Okay, so now I just want to clear all these. Okay, then now we're going to select everything from my product view, and it's just going to show where the product ID is equals to A501. So it's just going to show that condition. Okay, so basically that's how you create a view. So I'm going to say it again. A view is something that contains a subset of columns from the base table. So in this case, this view, right, contains two columns. It contains the product ID column as well as the product column, right? So these columns, they're coming from our base table, being the product table that we have. Okay, so this is a view. This is how to create a view. And if ever you want to delete a view, you're just going to say drop view and then your view name. So we're going to say product view. Okay, so I don't know why let me do that. Okay, cool. So every time, just make sure you end with a semicolon to avoid any, So now it says the product view has been dropped. So now if we try to do that part, it's going to say it doesn't exist because we just deleted it. Okay, and then we can just always redo it. Then product view has been created. Okay, so basically that's it for this video. I hope this video made sense. The one thing that I really want to emphasize is the fact that you guys need to remember that it just contains a certain number of columns from your base table. So you could have 2 tables, you could use 3 tables actually, in your view, and just use joins, right? Then this way, every time you want to view those specific columns or that specific information, you just refer to the view instead of having to always do the query, select all, inner join, left join, right join. You understand? So I hope this video made sense. Please hit the like button if you like this video. If you have any comments, then please leave your comments in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching.